Hey guys, it's Lunacy and I have a new shard for you. It's about an exam, a very important exam I needed to take, and this is my experience. First, it was applying for it. When I applied for this exam, it was hard. Yeah, basically hard for me. I didn't have anyone else to ask for help, as I didn't make a lot of friends. I'm not talking about just having classmates. I mean, no one wanted to talk to me, or I didn't make much of a connection to them. The people I do know aren't going to apply for the exam, which makes me sad since they don't even plan to finish their studies. They didn't want to get their diploma. Doing 4 years was enough, and they're just gonna, start being an adulting. But anyway, it was a struggle, but I managed to do it. The struggle was trying to research and gather everything I needed to apply, as well as for the online payments needed. Once I finished applying, I started to study, of course. I tried to study online, but my older sibling kept taunting me to the point that I tried to stop eating dinner, which sadly was the only meal my mother would give any effort to say the least. Breakfast and lunch were basically last night's leftover food and any leftovers from anyone that had work or school that day. When it's Sunday, there would be no breakfast since my family is too busy or make Sundays a rest day for them to not do their daily tasks. I'm not good at cooking, so I call anything I make poison, with an average of 5% chance of inflicting poison to anyone that consumes it, even me. And yes, I like using video game terms. So I studied and printed a total of 24 practice exams, which were not made properly because when I checked how many answers I got correctly, and some of the items did not have any correct answer. It was like they literally placed a question mark in the answer key, like they didn't even know the correct answer of their own question, which was, well, a struggle for me. But anyways, it was the last 2 days before the exam on Sunday, which was ironically St. Patrick's Day. I liked that day and I brought a shamrock clover charm with me to the exam for good luck, as well as prayed to my deity to guide me and help me for that day. So the exam is tomorrow, and since the venue was quite far away from where I lived, I needed to wake up by 2 a.m. to be able to make it to the 5:30 a.m. call time, which did not help my mental state, and I lost sanity. I took about 25% sanity damage with each exam, and I lost, I think, 30% from the trip alone. So, yeah, I was literally not mentally well enough to even start the exam, but I powered through. But luckily, I recovered 10% each time I would consume my items, consumables, healing items, like that. So the exam started. Yay! It was okay. The people there were nice. There were these guys there in the class. We were 20, and some of them were guys. And the guys were there. There was something. I am not allowed to say since I don't know what to say. They were just something. They were cute, handsome, mysterious, and funny. But they are a group of people, not just one person. So take that as you will. So I took the exam, even though I am running low and suddenly alone. But I was determined to continue this to the end. And just like that, the exam was over. Oh gosh, finally. The exam was supposed to end at 6:30 p.m., but we were allowed to leave early if we finished early. So I finished by 4:30, I think, and and I left the place. I also donated my extra pencils and pens since we were asked if we had any to spare any for children that needed them. So, after the exam, I was so happy to be finally done. I said it's been months, 3 months, and I studied this time because I didn't do not like long trips. I do not like to travel for very long. So I lost my sanity while doing the exam, but once it was finally done, I restored all my sanity in that moment alone. It was painfully exhausting. Why? Because I had little sleep. Everything I tried to study for the exam was not in the exam. It was like, okay, I studied for so long, and when I checked the exam, almost none were there. It was like I should just rested. I should have just, took a break. But never mind that. Also, the person that prepared my meal, because my family was trying to show support by preparing everything to help me. They put hot food in an ice cooler. That's sinking for a while. They didn't even prepare the cooler correctly. I was already inflicted with freeze every time I ate it. The room was already cold, and eating cold meals did not help me reduce the cold damage I was taking. Although eating did help restore some of my sanity. But going back, I managed to finally leave the building, and I got a text since we needed to surrender our phones when the exam starts, which was 6 a.m. and only be allowed to have them once we finished. So I'm outside, I got a text once I turned on my phone, and oh wait, I turned it on after I left the room. So I got a text literally the moment I stepped outside of the building, and it was like my older brother, my older sibling. I'm outside, I get a text, and they're saying, "Don't leave yet, we're on our way." It was basically 1 minute apart from me exiting the building, so I replied, "Okay." Literally, I tend to just say one word during those things. And then I did some slow walking towards the gates of the university. And while walking, I took some photos. I think they're in the video I'm making, and I played with a cat. It's in a separate video. It's where you'll see I was wearing black shoes, and the cat was like rubbing itself on my leg. I gave that cat, it wasn't mine, the leftover food I had, because every time I would eat that food, I just did not feel full because it was cold. Why would you put hot food in a cooler? Come on. When I was allowed to eat, it was so cold. It gave me gas. But they tried. They tried. So it's okay. They tried. I managed to survive. So I gave the cat some chicken nuggets because I was just so happy for finishing the exam. So I started walking towards the gate where I first entered, and there were people there. It was like people returning from the airport and expecting someone. People gathered. When they would meet, some would hug, some would kiss, some would show their respects. It was like a reunion. A reunion, I mean, sorry. So I waited by a stone bench there near the gates, and waited some more for my siblings to arrive, and yay, they arrived. And it was 6:30 p.m., the literal time the exam was supposed to end. What was the point of me leaving early to wait until the entire exam was finished? But I could not complain. They showed their support by coming here to the venue, which was out of their way. My siblings are very busy people, so I just waited, literally bit my tongue because I was falling asleep from exhaustion and I needed to stay awake if or else someone will steal something. The place was, well, the area was known for robbery. So we finally got together and we walked through the streets. While walking, there were countless people saying I was robbed, someone touched me, or oh no, I lost something and such. This was common, so I tend to never keep anything in my pockets. I always have a bag where I can see the zipper or hold the zippers, as well as use one with thick cloth that can withstand slash attacks or slash damage. Since it was a tactic to cut holes or cut the bag so that they can steal items. But going back, we were walking along the area just to finally find a bathroom. Yep, that was the reason. My older sibling needed to use the comfort room. So, okay, fine. So, my older sibling needed to use a restroom. I thought we were leaving, but apparently he just really needed to use one. So we go inside this mall, which was actually quite hot inside. And the guard lady told my younger sibling that the restrooms were on the third floor. Yay. So the mall was about to close. The entire place was basically empty, dark. I did not take a picture because there's a chance someone might literally snatch the phone from me if I were to take it out. Yeah. So we managed to get there, the third floor, and there was a restroom. But I guess I needed to take a freshen up, which I sadly cannot do since I didn't have the necessary items to do so. I just splashed water on my face and that was it. The items for restoring my health and sanity and everything else were back at the car with my parents since they told me we would meet up near church so that I could get, freshen up to meet my aunt who was visiting after so many years away from this country. But I'll tell that later. So we used the bathroom. I managed to restore about 30% of my sanity from that splash of water and fixing whatever on my face. So we left the mall and we finally got onto the train. It was my first time riding one, so I recorded it. The video will be shown soon and I'll continue after the video. Okay. Well, so I finally rode a train. It was okay. I almost went flying since my spot did not have one of those things you hold on to, but I managed to, hold on to one near my sibling. But it was okay for them because they were near like this kind of wall. So they didn't have to hold on to some, they would just lean onto it and use the use their shoes to like prevent them from moving from the spot. So it was okay. I did manage to get a seat, but sadly we were only I only managed to get when we were about to leave. So I think I restored about maybe 5% of HP and maybe 10% of lost sanity, since it was very brief, but anything helps. So we got off. I followed my older sibling, to get in line, but I should have followed my younger sibling since we were on in line to meet a dead end. Yeah, we were literally in between lines that led to nowhere. There were two lines beside us, which were correct, and we were in nowhere. Okay. My older sibling took action and cut this guy off. I saw him swearing. I read his lips, the guy he cut off, and apparently my older sibling heard and moved away, moved out of the way to let them pass since they were getting annoyed. And I know it wasn't polite, but things work differently here. Being too nice means you're basically dead meat, or how should I say this? You're doomed. Yep, kindness will literally kill you here. Well, sometimes, not always. Maybe it's because of the area. Okay, going back. Sorry. We finally got in line, and it was my turn. I saw this lady next to me place her card in this like slot, and I thought I was just gonna drop it in, but when I put my card there, I did not know the machine would suck it up, so my physical attack reaction was to move away, dodge it, which was so embarrassing, but fine. It was my first time, so it was my first shard of life there, so yeah. Okay, we finally got up the train. I walked some steps, nearly slipped since my heels were broken. My shoes were not in 100% condition at this point. They were very old shoes. So we took a jeepney twice to the mall. My siblings and my parents were supposed to meet my aunt and uncle there to have dinner together, but when we got there, it was cancelled. Yep, they cancelled it the moment we got there. I did not get to meet my aunt and uncle. Okay, apparently we were too late. The mall was closing and they couldn't wait any longer. Okay, so we finally get together with my parents. We get in the car, we were driving, blah blah blah, and my parents asked me how was the exam. I tried to be funny and told them that I was sleeping. Then everyone got upset at me. So, okay. My father told me, "What will we say to your aunt?" Which I did not understand, since why would she care? But never mind. I wish things could have been better, but didn't. So my mother asked me, where should we eat? And I asked my younger sibling, we call them boss, since he was taller, more athletic, as well as smarter than me and my older sibling. So the boss did not care anywhere, and I was not in the mood to literally go out. Okay, fine. I forgot my family just does not like me. So we just picked anywhere. We picked this, I think, All American. I think I remember that correctly. I'll show a picture. And yeah, we tried the food there. I think my favorite there was the smoothies, the ice cream smoothie. It tasted really great, and the food was okay. Mm, I just, I just wanted the day to end. So we're driving home, Finally, we got home. I could take a bath, change, hug my plushies, and restored any sanity I lost. Finally rest. I think we made it home near 10 past, but it was okay. We're finally home. It's done. I did the exam. The anxiety will stop, and I'm continuing my life. My final thoughts are: after everything, I hope I pass this time. Last time I was so close. This is my second attempt. I got 74.8% on my exam, and I needed 75 to pass. Literally, my luck score did not hit the mark. Oh, come on. 74? I just needed 75. Come on. My luck was seriously not working that day. But that's a story for another time, maybe. Thanks for listening, Loons. And talk to you next time. Bye!